Good evening, everyone. Today we're here checking out this culvert pipe that was only put in 2 years ago. Get our lights on. It's a pretty long one from what I can tell. Going underneath a 4-lane road. Oh, we got a little spider friend right here today. Can't see the end of it. Now I could see a faint glow from the other parking lot. How slippery is this today? A little bit slippery. In a pipe like this, just don't walk on the edge because you're gonna slip and fall. You gotta be right in the center. Unless it's dried up. And look at this. We go into another pipe. See, this is brand new. They just put this here within the last year or two. And look at this, we have a nice spider friend. Spider friend does not like our lights. Oh, look, another spider friend. Oh, another one and another one. A ton of them today. Mostly those are cave spiders. I see a black widow up here. A couple more black widows. This culvert is so big and deep in the road, they can likely stay in here all winter without being frozen. Otherwise, usually just the females will survive the winter. And look at this. Now we're going into the older section. They needed to add another piece on here when they enlarged the edge of the road. They made bigger shoulders. So I don't know why. New Hampshire seems to be doing this a lot lately. They're not ripping up roads, they just keep putting a new layer of tar every single year for some reason. And when they do that, they have to keep putting edging and the road gets higher and higher, and they gotta put these little extensions on because the road is so much higher. Now look at this. They did this perfectly. They overlapped it a bit. I don't see any issue. Oh, we got another spider friend. This culvert is probably going to need replacement in the next 10 years. I don't see any holes yet, but it's getting there. And this is all I can smell in here is the tar. Not exactly sure why they even put the tar, because do you know why it's missing from the bottom? As rocks roll through here during the winter, it's wearing it off. Even the galvanization on the immediate bottom is wearing off, making it pointless. Now a lot of times with drainage ditches, they'll put a brand new galvanized pipe into the ground, and there's a rainstorm, gravel and stuff gets washed through it, and it wears it off. But if they planted grass seed in that drainage ditch to hold everything together, it wouldn't happen. The grass will hold leaves, it sticks together, preventing clogs, and it also prevents it from being worn down. Right here, this part of the culvert is still very sticky, and I see a whole bunch of spider friends who have died getting stuck to it. I wish there was some way the DOT, when a culvert gets in this condition, I wish there was some way they could spin it around so it can last twice as long, because you never see the top rotting out, because the top is usually above the water table in most cases, and it doesn't have water touching it. This right here is storm drain discharge. You'll have water pouring out of here on a rainy day. Although it does look blocked in there, like they were gonna use it but didn't. And look at this right here, this big bump. That was likely done by heavy machinery during the installation, but it's also very possible that a frost heave during the winter pushed down into it. But I think it was more during installation, and here's why. This road is engineered. It has a very big hump over the road. And they wouldn't have done that with soil that can retain lots of moisture, because they know it'll cause frost heaves if it doesn't push down into the culvert like this time. It would have. It would make a big hole in the road. I don't think that's a frost heave, by the way. This culvert's too deep in the ground. Oh, actually, we do have a clog up here. Very rare for New Hampshire. Oh, look at this. So there's some damage here. Gonna have to report this to the DOT. There's no evidence that it's eroding yet, but this will get reported. Look at that. That's iron oxidizing bacteria slowly eating the culvert. It's completely harmless. If you wanted, you could drink that. It may look really gross, but living up north, that's probably in every single person's well, if the well is made out of iron pipes. Completely harmless, but it will leave a nice big ring around your toilet bowl from the iron deposits. This is a pretty big hole too. Oh, we got a pretty good clog to undo. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look who did that. Could this be city beavers maybe? This looks like it could have been done by beavers. Could have been beavers. And it's nighttime when they're fully active. Better keep a lookout. Just the way it's put together, this was beavers. City beavers. I spread my legs, let everything pass through. We're slowly gonna pull this thing apart. Ooh, got these vines. Yank. We'll take another walk through the pipe in a minute. Make sure it gets going. Like I always compliment the New Hampshire DOT, that clogs are always taken care of. That is the case. This is a beaver dam. That's why it's here. Beaver dams can go up extremely fast. Sometimes just overnight. But a regular clog caused by flow, they would catch. Unless it was just after a big storm, because the New Hampshire DOT does checks every 6 months on the majority of their culverts, especially in areas that are prone to washouts, such as in the mountains. And all that foam you're seeing there is caused by organic material like the dam I'm pulling apart. Ooh, hear that? That was loud. It's some of the sticks and stuff going through, or an angry beaver coming to attack. Beavers have been known to attack, and in some cases even kill people. Whoa. Beavers are usually not friendly creatures. And I hear weird noises down there. Sounds like rocks tumbling. I may have dislodged a few small rocks, but I don't think so. Okay, get that thing moving. And this can actually be left in here. Next rainstorm will take that away. Actually supposed to get some heavy rain tonight. Come on, get out of here. I'm pretty sure that's gonna move on its own, but look at this. Got it out of the way completely. If the beavers are still active in the area, they will get rid of it. Very unusual that the beavers would clog this up. They don't have a pond here. No. And you could tell there was nothing newer on that. They just wanted to clog the culvert, because that's what beavers do. I love the beavers, but the beavers are not always the friendliest creature. Everything I'm pulling apart here is beaver cut. Let's grab some more of this debris. Send it all through the culvert. Alright, I got it all now. That looks like it's part of the Beaver Dam. Like it started here and it's swooshed around. Alrighty. We're gonna push this thing as I go. And anyone who doesn't believe that that's bacteria, people question me all the time saying, that's just rust. Well, yes, it is rust, but it's also iron oxidizing bacteria. For anyone who doubts me that that's bacteria, here's a quick message from the iron oxidizing bacteria. Iron oxidizing bacteria. Here's a little sign about it. For anyone who doubted me with that, a lot of people say it's disgusting. Honestly, if you live in New England, you're most likely drinking at least a little of that stuff in your water. 100% chance if you have a well without a softening unit. So cool. It's not just iron, it's also bacteria. Now let's have some fun giving this thing a push through the end of the pipe. What I'm doing now is unnecessary. The next heavy rain will push it through. Can't get stuck in a smooth pipe unless the beavers were actually here to stabilize it. Come on, move, 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 move. There it goes. A few more little sticks. Okay, we're all clear. Definitely want to report this location to the DOT. This is not like Massachusetts. Every other location I have mentioned to the New Hampshire DOT is usually under construction within a few months or so. New Hampshire has an abundance of infrastructure money. You see them repaving roads, repairing bridges that don't need it because they just got enough money to do that stuff. Then you see neighboring states like New Hampshire and even Maine, which are underfunded. Of course it's worse down there. See, you don't see holes here yet. Like I said, this part of the pipe can go up to another 10 years. But down at the beginning, that's from the freeze and thaw cycles destroying it. But if they built this roadway properly with packed gravel in back here, usually 3/4 inch gravel packed, it won't be able to erode. It would have to get so rotten. That's why you don't have any problem from those holes at the beginning. It was put in properly. Oh, I gotta start ducking my head. We're back into the spider zone. Woo! That's a pretty nice echo in here today. Now this right here, you guys, when you heard all those big thumps while I was undoing the clog, it was little pebbles and rocks pounding down in the newer section because there's a little drop right there. Yeah, you see the stick slowly following me? Oh, there is actually a few holes here, but if it was entering down there and causing damage, you'd see it spraying out further downstream, just like the lake drain. All right, we're all good. Now this part of the culvert's not slippery because it's all rusty. So it only appears the damage is only at the ends of the culvert. The middle of it is in perfect condition. That's from the freeze and thaw cycles. Keep in mind, until about a year ago, this was exposed to freeze and thaw cycles. It still is, but not as dramatic with the extension on the end. Now this part's slippery. Oh, look at this. Here's all our material from the beavers. Oh, gotta hold on to the wall without touching the spiders, which is kind of difficult. There's one there, 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 there. There's a big one, there, there. A really big one above my head. All right, just gonna hold down here where there's no spiders. Give our beaver dam a big kick. Look at that big pile of debris from the beavers. Give it a big push. Come on out of here. That's good enough. Next storm will take it away. That was a lot more fun than I expected it to be. And this is storm drain discharge right here, coming off the roads. But it's raining right now. It started raining since we've been in there. Yeah, so that little pipe we saw off the side is not storm drains. It may have been storm drains, but they abandoned it. This is the new storm drain system when they put this embankment in. But why is this pipe in such better condition than this little one? It's only 2 years old. This one's only 2 years old. What's the difference? This one has road salt mixed in with it half of the year, causing all that damage. Wow, the amount of water that picked up just from it drizzling like this. This is not an area that gets flash flooding. It would gradually rise. There's no danger in this area. Hey everyone, today we're looking at a pretty cool culvert. And take a look at this. They cut these culvert pipes down the center and they welded them to some angle iron to build these troughs coming off the roadway. It's kind of cool. Although, don't know how much of the water actually gets to them anymore. It doesn't look like they run too much. And there's a whole bunch of holes rotted through the bottom of them from all the road salt. And right here we have some stuff left behind from some scumbag who went to Burger King. And this one right here, you can tell also doesn't run too well. But what kind of culvert do we have down here? Oh man, that's a huge one. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I don't see a good way to get down on this side at least. So we got to go across the street. Looks really cool. Oh, right here's an easy way to get down. This is probably how the DOT goes to check it. So you got a nice little thing. Also, probably a lot of kids go down here to play, because this one looks like a cave. Oh yeah, this is a beautifully done culvert. Doesn't have a date on it though. A lot of old ones, when they took pride, they'd actually stamp dates on it like a bridge. Whoa, a lot of mud. Oh man, this is a nice culvert. Beautifully done. It's even got the little sidewall, so if this thing was raging, I'd still be able to walk. Here, this is just to equalize pressure behind the wall. I can comfortably walk right here on the side. Right here's some concrete. It looks like they poured here years ago to stop with erosion at the entrance, but it went right underneath. And I actually don't see any problem right here at the moment. There's a lot of slime in here. By the looks of it, it doesn't rage too often. Even during the spring thaw, it doesn't look like it ever gets above where I'm standing. I'm gonna step down. Yeah, this culvert will be around for some time. They don't build them like they used to. It's a tiny bit of erosion right here on the bottom against the wall, but it's so minor. This thing still has a lot of time to go. Down on the end, it's not even digging a hole. Nope. Beautifully made culvert. Looks like a miniature train tunnel. They purposely left the bottom all rough. It makes the water go through it nice and slowly, causing less damage. And it looks like this piece right here may have been an afterthought, because you see just the way it's built slightly different. This here, you can see where they actually pulled the molding off. In here, you can see where the molding was on the ceiling, and they pulled it off. But this was definitely more modern, because the stream must have been causing damage around the corner. But I like how they built it to look exactly the same. All right, another culvert on the same road. We gotta go check this one out. Nice gradual hill on this side once again. Now this one is different. This one has a concrete bottom, but at the top of it is corrugated steel. Because a lot of times when we've been in corrugated culverts, the bottom rots out, but the top never rots out. So it's a good idea to use that on the top. Look at that. Now this culvert's kind of cool. You know, this culvert would be perfect to go in a big inner tube in the middle of the summer. It's smooth. There's nothing to get caught on top of. See, that's iron oxidizing bacteria, but it has dried up. When the water table goes up, that'll all start leaking again. And you see the little bits of debris right here? The last storm, it barely went up. And looking at the sides, I see zero evidence that it ever gets up this high. Almost walked through a spider's web. See this? I have no idea how a stick got lodged there in the center of a culvert. Pretty cool. Here's a rope. Kids might put this rope across here, because I see a little hook, maybe to stop them. But when this water's higher, it's not like you're gonna hit something dangerous. That is so cool. And they got the little rock wall there to stop this from, because when this thing's blasting, you want a little pool of water. It'll slow it down and prevent property damage further downstream.